Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Ballad of Theft Auto 5. I'm your host, Andrew, and this is a channel that I started mainly because there's a lot of people jumping on the Theft Auto bandwagon and they're not really fans of the series, or, they'll be explaining the game and they won't know what happened before. Like, they won't know what came out in San Andreas, they won't know the changes they made in Vice City. So this is really for the big fans of the Theft Auto series like myself, and I'm very informed about, how we got there, how we're getting to 5. And that's what I want to talk about, as well as new information for Grand Theft Auto 5. This is the first video, and we are going to start off at Grand Theft Auto 2. Now, Grand Theft Auto 2, when it came out, I was playing it on Dreamcast. It was the first really, do anything you want kind of game. There were cars, guns, you could walk around, you could drive, you could be the good guy, you could be the bad guy. And for the first time in a game, you really had that fear of the police could, completely end your whole mission. All the hard work you did, completely gone if the police caught you. Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, and that groundbreaking world in Grand Theft Auto 2 was expanded on, and it was 3D world now. And, you had more of the racing, you had taxi missions, besides the regular mission. You can do all these other things, or you could just roam around and just cause chaos. And once again, just fear the police, because the police always kind of put an end to your fun. Besides the gameplay, they added, a soundtrack, radio stations that they had in 2, but these radio stations were definitely more modern, more catered to the series. Like, they had songs about the actual game. They would cut in and talk about changes you did, missions you just finished in the game. And, that was really a first for this kind of genre. And as many stations as they had classical reggae, they had a Scarface soundtrack. I used to play that all the time. Then Vice City came out. And same engine, more improvements, more colors, and the best soundtrack, I think, arguably ever in any video game. The missions were more, out of nowhere, just big, explosive missions. And then it also gave you this Scarface conclusion. The last scene looked just like the Scarface mansion. But also, we got choppers, we got motorcycles, and, popping tires. And then I was on the Xbox. I don't think the PlayStation had a PlayStation as well. I don't think the PlayStation had these effects, but Xbox had these rain effects that you might have seen maybe in one other game at the time. And it was really impressive, like I said, for the time. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, alright. The game changer for most people. At this point, no other game had done what they did. Planes, they added parachutes. You were in Compton. Your friend was Eazy-E. And also the countryside. I remember playing this game and getting lost in the later missions. My first playthrough, and I was just lost in the wilderness, and I loved every second of it. The desert, Vegas, Area 51, Terminator 2 references, jetpacks, gambling, racing, plane trials, mixing clothing. Now, we had clothing before, but this time you could really mix, your pants with the shirts with the hat. You could do whatever you want, glasses, chains, watches, all of that. The hat underwater, but, it wasn't really, there was nothing there, and it was really irritating, because you was like, all right, we can go underwater, but there's nothing there for you to find. Like, if anything, you'd be on a mission. For instance, I was playing a mission and I was chasing a guy that had a briefcase, and I killed him on a bridge, and the briefcase fell into the water, and I had to go dive down. It was interesting, but I would like more reason to go down in the water, and that seems to be what we're gonna get with the next installment. As well, they took out, this I was disappointed with. They had this in Vice City. They took out the road strips, the spikes that the cops would use to slow you down, and I hope those are back in 5. I don't think I've seen it yet, but I hope they're back, because it really made it more challenging. It made you hate the police even more. As well, they introduced shooting the gas tank or the gas cover of the car, and it would explode instantly. Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, a lot of people have a lot of hate for this one, but at the same time, when this game came out, there were no other games doing what this game was doing. Now, this also revolutionized the open world again, but this time, not as many options, but still very good graphics, really well done story, and intertwining DLC that came out that actually interacted with the main story. But they took away the planes, far less everything, less clothing, less options in general. And a lot of people just kind of they they talk about the dreariness of the city, but at the same time, I live in New York, and it looks like that. Like on the average, it looks like gloomy. The buildings kind of cover the light, just block the sun, so it does kind of look like that sometimes. But accurate, like if you're talking about accuracy of a city, like I remember playing and taking the train the next day and seeing exactly what I saw the night before, like on the train, like the views and the train stops, like it was insane. So to me, Grand Theft Auto 4 still, it wasn't as great as San Andreas. How can you follow that game? I don't think anybody will follow that game like that. Maybe soon, maybe in Grand Theft Auto 5, but I don't know. Grand Theft Auto 4 wasn't that bad. I don't know why there's so much hate on it. But yeah, so that is the background, so to speak, for Grand Theft Auto 5. I think I'm going to do another video. And yeah, so that is the background, so to speak, for Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 1, very similar to 2. If you were going to go back that far and check it out, I would definitely go to 2. But yeah, that's it. On the next video, we're going to cover Grand Theft Auto 5. And if you like this video, favorite, like it, subscribe. And, if I get a good feedback, I'm going to keep putting out these videos. Like I said, there's a lot of Grand Theft Auto channels out there, and I just want a more accurate source, I guess, with speculation, but founded speculation, not speculation, from nowhere, just off the top of your head and your experience with other video games. No, I'd rather have speculation from people who know the series, who played all the Grand Theft Autos. So that is what I'm attempting to do here. So this is Andrew, and thank you for watching the Ballad of Grand Theft Auto 5, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.